my twin sister. She's Mercy by name, and she's also Funmi. So I'll be reading a citation just for you to know who she is, and then she can take us on bookkeeping and accounting. So Funmi is a senior manager in the private client and family wealth practice at Anderson Tax in Nigeria. She has over 10 years of professional experience in various tax compliance and advisory services. Funmi has functioned in the capacity of a tax advisor to a number of multinational companies and many other reputable organizations operating in diverse industries and sectors of the economy, delivering highest value expected with best-in-class practices. She has participated in several trainings with KPMG Netherlands, Harvard Management, Henderson Chicago, West African Union of Tax Institute. No wonder she was calling dollars in my salon. I have dollar, pounds, and anyone you want to pay. Hallelujah. Thank you. West African Union of Tax Institute, International Tax Conference, Annual Accountant Conference, Mozambique, amongst others. Could you please put your hands together for Funmi Olaniyi?
Thank you so much, my twinnie, for introducing me. Thank you so much, Pastor, for being here. Should I be fortunate that Pastor is listening to my part of the session? Eh? Well, I can see him, and the inspiration comes from seeing him. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon once again. My name is Funmi Olaniyi, a.k.a. Mercy, and I'll be discussing the importance of bookkeeping and accounting for business survival. Some of us are guilty, while some of our mothers knew how to do it well, but not in the educated way, not in the formal educated way. But we are here to learn, and I know some of us are experts, but please just open up your mind to learn and to also relearn and to unlearn sometimes. So I'll start from technical, please, roll. From my beautiful quote here from Robert, it says, the word accounting comes from the word accountability. If you're going to be rich, you need to be accountable for your money. So one time I went for a seminar and someone said, oh, I don't have a chartered accountant in my company. How do I make sure that I make money or I earn profits? And some other person from the crowd stood up and said, my mom used to trade. She used to sell sweets, biscuits, and she puts her money in cans. This is the money for sweets. Separate it from the one for biscuits. Separate from the one from pito. So she had that aligned, and she could separate all the streams of income from the different things that she was selling, as much as she was an illiterate. But we do it now. But I don't think even with our knowledge and our expertise in different things, we account for the different things that we do in the different accounts that they belong. I sell shoe, I sell bag. Can you tell me the income that comes from the shoe separate from the one that comes from the bag? Can you differentiate? Or you just put everything together and say it is one business? That is how departmental stores start. You have to separate them. So you know the one that is making profit and the one that is struggling. And then the next slide, we just try to explain what bookkeeping is. So I sell from my social media platform. I don't have records of those that have paid me. Some people have requested for my order, but I don't have it. They haven't come in yet. But I've put that money as my income already. Have I earned it? Have I really given them the service or the goods that they requested for? What if your goods don't arrive on time and they want a refund? What do you do? So you have to be able to write all of those things in clear terms. I'm not going to be telling us accounting jargons today. It's just to know how to do it the little way we can, so that we can account for the profits that we'll earn. And you can, at the end of the year, say, I made this percent as profits from my costs. What is your markup? What is the margin that you have on the goods that you were given? Some people have them they have things shipped to them in wholesale price. And then you think, oh, I'm looking at my competitor. How much is he putting on his? Let me lowball a little. And then I want to that's why the Igbos, our Eastern brothers and sisters, when you go to them, it's about turnover for them sometimes. You go to them, they don't think about the price that you have requested. They will just try, but they know that they will make their own profits from it. But they think of the turnover. I want to have my clientele. I want to have a long list of clientele, as much as I know that the little profit or margin will earn me something and I will smile at the end of the year. So bookkeeping is the process of recording your businesses. So I have a book, or I have them done on the computer. Every time I sell, every time someone chats with me, I want this hair, I want the short hair, I want the long hair, I'm recording it. I'm writing it somewhere. And I have the phone number of the person. If I cannot follow up, I'll have someone else that will follow up on those products to ensure that it's delivered to that person. Because your name matters. You have to ensure that your credibility is intact. Ensure that you don't overtrade or undertrade. So on a daily basis, I'm writing out the things that I sell, or the things that I have, or how it's going out and coming in. That's why they say if you have a shop, or you have things that are perishable, you say stock in, stock out. And you have the LIFO. The ones that come in first should go out before the ones that come in later. So that you won't have the expired goods still in your shop. And I've bought expired stuff from even the big supermarkets before. Would you say there's something around their processes? The due diligence wasn't done by somebody, but I bought it. It was a bad product. So it happens, and nobody's going to refund your money when it comes to the small. You buy it from someone else and you bought it a long time ago and it become obsolete. Who are you going to blame for that? So you have to be able to account for all the things that you sell. Every activity you take part in every day on your business, write it down. Computers will help. So you don't have to do summation, carry calculator and start doing all of this. You just go on your Excel. If you can't do your Excel, you can write it down and someone that has the expertise can help you use the Microsoft tool. And the next slide, you say, what is accounting? Some of us use the word almost carelessly. You say bookkeeping. What is bookkeeping? What is accounting? They're the same, one and the same. I've just mentioned here that bookkeeping is when you have your daily activities written out. While for accounting, it goes a bit further than that. So I'm looking at everything that I've had or that I've bought and I want to sell. And I'm looking at the measurements. I'm looking at the processes that would ensure that those things flow. If I don't have I don't have the strength to ensure that I go to check in my warehouse every day, I must have someone that I can employ. NYSC, intern, people are looking for jobs. And that's why they say the Easterners, they don't typically have to go to the formal school that we go. You learn from someone and you become an expert because you already know how to run your business. So you need someone to assist you if you exactly don't have the time. Some of us can hire a manager that is even a graduate. So in this business, we faced a lot of things. Especially you think, I'm a graduate, I know this, I've studied, I have doctorate, I have this. The people that you employ, trust me, they may not think the way you do. They may not have the vision that you do have. So you have to walk them through your path. Some of them will come. I interview people every now and then for the salon business, and they'll come, I can't collect this amount. And I say, okay. Some graduates are even paid this amount and they're happy. But because they know their worth. Unfortunately, we went to school. We spent a lot to go to school. But they know their worth. They know if you bring me in as a stylist, I'll do the business, I'll run it, and you'll smile. So we need to be able to account for all those things. And because your competitors are watching, you can't fail. Right beside you, you have another person that sells shoe. But they are saying, why would I go to her? And when you wear it 1, 2, 3 times, it spoils. So you have to set that standard for yourself. It's not about opening a business. You can start small, but learn not to fail. As much as you fall or you fail 3 times, you must stand up the 4th time and understand for yourself that you do not want to fail again. So the likes of the big men that we see. So if I ask one person or two people here, if you're in the elevator with the richest man in the world, if you have 30 seconds to make an impact, what would you do? What would you say? How would they know that you're different? Just 30 seconds. Would you just be there and say, come on now, you'd shield up. You don't want to open up. If you don't say it, then it stays with you. But you have to make an impact. The friends that you know around you, ensure that they know what you do. That is why competition is in fact, we are saying we'll strive, woman strive. But you can't be there. There can't be complacency. You can't just be there and say, it will come. No, you have to make that first step. So accounting helps you understand what you have earned. But you need a little bit of education to do that. In every financial records that you have, it just lets you know that the competitors are beside you. This is your auditor. It will help you check your assets, your liabilities, your equities, if you have loans, if you have all of those things. Sometimes, like Pastor Iotu says, loan is not good. But trust me, if you look at the big men now, they don't depend. Everybody is taking loan to boost their business because the business can pay for itself. You can't take a loan when you have not understood what is going on. I've had a lot of text messages come to me. Please, if you know this person, he has taken a loan from this. And those people, perhaps, I've not even heard from them in a long time. But imagine the image. And I had to call one of them and say, I received the text with your name. Did you take a loan? He said, I don't mind them. I took the loan and I've told them I'll pay. But look at it. That impression stays with me. It was only because I had to take one step forward to call him. That was why he was able to explain his own side. But the people that give you the loan, they don't want to know. They'll mar your name. They'll send messages to those that want your downfall, unfortunately. So please try to manage what you have. Talk to families and friends. They would help you. Financially, they will raise something for you. And then the next slide. We're just trying to talk about the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. And we're saying, I've mentioned a whole lot of things about the differences. But the opportunity we can get from this session or from this seminar is that we can send our slides to you so you can digest it at your own free time. I'm also trying to let you know that during your bookkeeping, you're recording what comes to your bank account. A lot of people say, I've transferred that money to you. I have not seen it. You're not only depending on the alerts, but you're looking through your bank statements to be sure that you're reconciling your bank statements with the records that you have physically. Cash book and bank statement. So this is your cash book you're writing. But your bank statement you're reconciling. So that you be sure that you don't owe anyone and nobody owes you. And then we're talking about tax. Because as much as people don't like us, the tax people, the tax advisors, but it is something that we cannot do without. Except you want to be a recalcitrant citizen of whatever country you are. Say that again, sir. Well, it's a social contract. We believe in the fact that governments will do what they are expected to do. But we should play our own role. We just say the tithes, I don't want to pay my tithe because I don't know what they do with it. I mean, why? You should play your own role. Do what is expected of you. And then leave the rest to the taxman to face their own judgments. But it is not you that would help them default in what is right. If I earn 10,000 naira, the tax law has told us today, from Finance Act, it says that if you earn an income lower than 30,000 naira, you are not eligible to pay tax. So that's a good thing for us. And even when it comes to value-added tax, if I earn income lower than 25 million naira per annum, I will not pay VAT. Is that not good enough? So we've tried to tweak these things. You know, when you go to Senate House and the National Assembly, and you stand up, you talk for taxpayers, every one of us here, they'll say, what is wrong with you? But we tell them that you join us one day. So let us give the benefits to those that deserve. Incentives are good. They drive compliance. So please pay your tax. Even if it has to do declaring, just declare. But, I mean, we have several streams of income. But are we sure we declare everything? Or we declare only from our employment income? Let the guilt feel guilty. All right, so we're talking about, am I on the next slide? The next slide, please. Bookkeeping and accounting and their value to your business. If you don't write them down, you would not know that you are either making money or you are not making money. You have to be accountable for what you do. So we're saying that the reasons why you must write them down. Number one is to keep track of your daily transactions. You would help to maintain the cash flow. What is going in, what is coming out. There's a cycle. There's a cash flow cycle. What have I given the people trading for me? You need to know how the income is coming in, how it's going out. Some people have ordered for products for 3 months now. It hasn't come. Will you say it's not part of your money? It's part of your money. You're just waiting for the goods to arrive. A lot of people have even bought without seeing them because they believe in you. So what will you say? You need to write them down. And then you're saying to yourself, it helps you accountable. It's just the ease of doing business. It gives you the leverage to raise your head and say, yes, I know what I'm doing. Nobody can tell me that I'm owing them I know the people that owe me. And I know the people that I'm owing. So you're accountable. You know what you're doing at every point in time. And it helps you avoid unnecessary penalties and interest, especially on tax. But remember that the only regulators are not only the tax authority. We have those that in the industrial training funds that are there waiting for you. They want to get 1% of your payroll cost. We have the National Social Insurance Trust Fund. They're also waiting to get 1% of your payroll cost. We have those, it depends on the number of employees you have. Have you paid your staff pension? Are you accounting for them that way? Are you doing a mortgage for them or housing, social security for them? Do you want sustainability of their own lives and not just your business? If you do well to your staff, they will stay longer than you think. Sometimes we get the offers. Some people try to poach us. But you think about your employer and say, this man is good to me. I don't want to leave. Why? Because we're emotional about them. They've been good to us. They've been remitting everything that belongs to us. And I can boast of something in the future. So be good to your staff and they will stay with you. Sometimes they say, even if you are good to them, they will still go. But you know in your heart of hearts that you have done something well for this person. Please be good to them. And the next slide. Technical, so everyone is following, please. If you have a question, you can feel free to write them. During the panel session, we'll take them. So what are the consequences of not keeping financial records? Are we guilty? Are some of us guilty? Yes, I know one woman, every Sunday, she brings the egg. Yes, we sell and we buy. But is she writing records? She says she's guilty. She raised her hand. It's good to own up. So, what are the consequences? Poor business management and decision making. So today you know that the price of egg has increased, but I'm still buying. And our customers are not they don't want to understand. Guess what? We buy it at a lower cost than we go to the supermarket. Do we price there? You see the people selling fruits by the roadside, you go, you price to the minimum. But when you get to the supermarket, you buy it as it is. Or do we price? We go to Spar, we go to ShopRite. Do we price? We don't price. So if you don't keep proper records, you would not know if someone is stealing your products. They call them inventory or we call them stock. If they are stealing your products, you don't know. If there's a fraud in your business, you don't know. I once had someone that was working with me. You entrust a lot with that person. You just think that, this person has given me tips on different people stealing from the business, and you just believe so much in the person. And then when the person left, I heard a lot of things. I said, wow. Was I not keeping proper records? I was. Were the auditors not coming to check? They were. But they have their tactics. Sometimes they try to be smarter than us. But they regret it at the end of it because you are still growing. And where are they? So you can't steal and think that you will make it. You have to work for it. You have to earn it. And if you're not given the chance to explore, you try to create the opportunity to explore. So the other thing is business inefficiency. I think we've delved into a lot of this. and audit failures. Your auditor will come and say, madam, you are over trading. No. What you have is not enough for what you sell. Or you have sold more than you have. How do you make that up? It means you are failing in that regard. You're not doing the right thing. So you must learn to be efficient with what you do. And we've mentioned the regulatory penalties and interest, and we've also mentioned tax. It can be unfavorable to you. But if you don't do the proper recording, you will not know the incentives you can get. A lot of us are into agricultural business, some into pharmaceutical products. You have tax exempts for certain years. If you don't talk to experts, they will not tell you that you have a tax holiday, that there are opportunities you can get. So I'm trading in baby products. Why should they put VAT on whatever I sell or whatever I buy? Even from customs, you can always get that back. You have a refund mechanism in Nigeria. You can get your VAT back. Yes, talk to someone that knows about it. If you don't, then you will not know. And then you have customer lawsuits. Nobody wants litigation. But the tiniest thing that you do, if you are in a food business, is to make a mistake. They will blow it out of proportion. I once went to a restaurant, but that was offshore. And we're eating, and we found something in the food. We had almost finished our food, though, before we found it. And the manager just came. He was pleading, we'll give you another one. I said, no, we are full. We just wanted to mention it. He said, no, we have to give you another one. I said, because they take their customers like they are part of the business. If you make a mistake in that business, then you will fail. We have a lot of lawsuits, a lot of litigations on businesses, restaurants. They say, we found cockroach, we found insects, we found this. This one was over, it was tasty. People have different ways that they want to make money out of you. Even for the ones that make the fizzy drinks, you found things that are deteriorating in the drinks. You don't want to be in that space. Also, for investment deals, if you don't do well, but there's a caveat for that. A lot of people want to make so much money, and they'll just create nothing from their business and say, oh, this is what I make. Whereas, that income is not your income. It is reimbursement to the owners. Like you're a third party to someone that wants to do the business, and they're putting the money in your account, and you think that you create your financial statements from something that does not belong to you because you want investors to look at your financials and say, yes, she's doing well. In your pocket, you are not doing well. So don't falsify records. And then the next slide, because I know the time is skipping. This time is not friendly. The characteristics of good financial records. It has to be simple. Let everyone be able to understand it. It has to be detailed. It has to be accurate. If it's not your money, it is not your money. Don't put other people's money in your financials and say, it is my money, this is my turnover. It's not. Tax is waiting for you. Then it has to be timely. It has to be consistent. And it has to be understandable by everyone that picks it up. They say there's no rich man that has one business. You have several businesses. You can combine them into one company that you own. And you have this business, this is the income, yes, they do it. And then I want the benefits of keeping good financial records. The benefits of keeping good financial records. It keeps you informed about your business, and it helps you to avoid the fines that we have stated. And it ensures that accurate financial statements are prepared for you at all times. I can know my turnover from last 5 years. I can tell you the trend analysis. So it helps you do it that way. And you have to better manage your growth and the development of your business. And it helps you to stay organized. If you are not organized, call someone that is organized. Sometimes some people reach out to me and say, I want to be your PA, you do different things. I say, okay. It's really true that some people may need PAs. I would think I'm not big enough to have a PA. It assists you in taking credits or taking loans. And also if you want to expand your business. Some of us have PLCs. We know now. We're going to the stock market soon. And the yes, amen. Thank you so much. So I have the good financial records here. Advantages of good financial records. Helps you do a proper account reconciliation. And you can properly check your performance. So if you want to measure, so the next one, to measure your business growth and performance. So I'm looking at my cash statements, and I don't understand the inflow, the outflow, what I wrote. If you call an auditor, they would help you analyze and interpret what you've written. And it becomes something that is tenable to third party. And you can say, this is my business. I bake. This is how I generated it. Butter price has increased. This one has increased. But from time to time, I increase the price of all these things. So it will help you better manage that space. And some of us want to go to the stock markets. You say to measure market capitalization. In clear terms, it's just to measure the value of your business. If you have shares, you'd add up. It helps you add up everything. And to calculate your cash flow growth also. I'll go to the next one, and how to measure your business. You have to review your business's performance from time to time. Quarterly, monthly, whichever way you choose to do it. You have to conduct a performance review. Have I done well? Am I stressing myself too much and nothing is coming in? So you conduct a due diligence on yourself, and you have to check that your customers are satisfied. Send them questionnaires. Let them know where the issues are, what they need. Sometimes my customer will call me, this person did not attend to me very well. I do check and balance it. I have the contacts of majority of my customers that come into the shop. And I check on them. I send them messages. Oh, we've not seen you in a while. You do all those things to keep yourself abreast of the markets and to ensure that you don't lose any customer. So I'm supposed to have a video, but my time has... If you permit me, I'll just show you 1 minute video, please. Technical, please. 1 minute. The best advice you can get on a business. Are we ready?
Personally, I tell people that I'm self-trained. I train myself on success. I train myself every day. I have a meticulous routine of studying 1 hour a day. Now, 1 hour a day will give you 365 hours of study in a year. So if you now do 2 hours or 3 hours, you are going to over 1,000 hours of training. There is no way you will do 1,000 hours of training on yourself and you will still remain the same way in 3 years. It's not possible. The problem is that a lot of us are not disciplined to do. And you ask me, King, what kind of training can I do? Take a simple training on success. By the time you start, it will open other areas. The law of success is build assets, reduce liability. That's the law of success. If you want to succeed, study how to build assets. Your asset generates income. Reduce liability. Your liability increases your expenditure. If your income is more than your expenditure, you are rich. But if your expenditure is more than your income, you are poor. A rich man and a poor man is traceable to what they spend, what they do with their money. So if you take time to do that, it becomes better. And any field you take, find out how to be the number one in that field. Keep studying on that field. What new technology, what new perspective, what new challenges are coming? How do you key into the opportunities that are there? Spend time on Google. Invest in yourself. Spend money to train yourself, because free things only guarantee you peanuts. Peanuts only are for monkeys. But if you spend heavy on your own personal development, personal training, I am sure you will give commitment. People who pay attention.
Thank you so much. I think that's a summary that we need to learn from. Forget your past mistakes. Forget your failures. Forget everything and ensure that you, from today, woman, thrive. So we need to thrive in everything that we do. And one other thing for us today is, if you don't drive your business, you will be driven out of business. Thank you so much, and have yourself a good afternoon.